So the next thing we're going to talk about is ownership. So as a manager, this is something that you really do need to think about. Who owns the Facebook pages? Who owns the Twitter accounts? Meaning, when that anchor or reporter leaves your station, is it going with them or is it staying with you? Who owns this property that you have promoted on the air and on the web, that you have allowed your branding to be a part of? Who owns this particular account? And what's going to happen to it when that personality leaves the station to move on? So here's the reason why this is particularly important. You might read about this. This is a lawsuit that's going through the courts right now. Phone Dog is essentially a phone review kind of website, but they fancy themselves to be kind of journalistic in terms of, doing all these reviews and so forth. So in any case, they had this reporter who started in 2006, Noah Kravitz. His managers asked him to create a Twitter account, as many of you probably have done with new folks who come into your newsroom. Hey, welcome, please start a Twitter, please start a Facebook page. Yeah, so he did. A couple years later, he had amassed 17,000 followers, and he decided he was done with Phone Dog. He was going to go work for whomever, Phone Cat, whatever the competition is. And he changed his Twitter handle from Phone Dog Noah to Noah Kravitz, because, as you might know, anytime you feel like it, you can change your Twitter handle, and he did, and then he went to work for the competition. Well, Phone Dog really didn't like that too much. They decided to sue him for misappropriation of trade secrets, which they define as being their Twitter followers, and damage to the advertising revenue of Phone Dog, because that particular Twitter handle was driving a tremendous amount of traffic to this website because it had 17,000 followers, and what Noah would do is he would write an article and he would tweet about it, and 17,000 people would go to the website and read it. So when those 17,000 people were going to someone else's website to read the review, Phone Dog was pretty upset about that. He tried to have the lawsuit thrown out. Judge said no. So as of right now, this is moving through the court system. Phone Dog is suing for $340,000, which is a lot, and also a huge headache and a big distraction for you as a manager and for your news organization. So really what we want to do is just avoid this altogether. By the way, if you go to Noah Kravitz, at Noah Kravitz, you'll find that he's still tweeting, because whomever owns the password owns the power, and in this case he certainly does. So this has been going on now for years, and he's still tweeting away for his new job. All right, so as far as ownership goes, there's kind of two strategies. When a new person comes into your newsroom, this is a little bit more cut and dry. It's pretty easy to start from scratch if you want to, obviously, because they're new, it's a clean slate. However, it's not always necessarily the ideal situation. If that person is coming into your newsroom and they don't have a lot of fans and followers, they're kind of new and kind of don't have a lot of social cachet, then it's probably your best bet to just go ahead and start over with them, in which case you can own the account, you can own the password, you as a manager can physically set it up for them so that you literally have done all of the steps and you can retain ownership of it. However, if that new person comes into your newsroom and they have a huge social following already, then this may be valuable to you as a manager. You may not want to throw it out the window, but rather work with that person to use the branding and the social following that they have coming in as a way to promote your particular brand. But this involves working with them, coming up with a plan for that, setting expectations of what you expect them to do and what you're going to do in return. So for example, the manager might say, hey, I'm willing to let you add our call letters, use our branding, I'm going to link to this from my website, I'm going to let you promote this on the air, and in exchange, I would like password access to that account only while you're employed so that I can help you out if you're on vacation and we need to post something, or if there's crazy spam going on your page, I can work on that for you. This isn't about taking over control of someone's site, but really just being helpful for them and having some management control a little bit over what's going on and just being a backup plan for them when they need it. And I think it's well within your rights as an employer while they're employed, if you're going to give them the ability to promote their page and so forth, it's okay for you to ask for some access during that time. But whatever you decide, make sure you get it in writing. You want to make sure that person feels comfortable with what your plan is, and you want to make sure you feel comfortable with the plan as well. So if this is all kind of like wishy-washy handshake stuff, make sure that every single thing that you decided to do in your newsroom, whether it's this or some other plan, make sure that you've written it down, everyone has signed it, everyone feels good about it, because you don't want to enter yourself into like a wacky lawsuit.